Hello everyone, and welcome back to some more Final Fantasy XIV with Kazumi Arata, our pugilist at the moment. We'll definitely be going through other classes, giving them a try, things like that, as we go along. You might notice that I definitely did move some things around on my UI. In fact, I moved a lot of things around on my UI. Very few things are where they were originally. I mean, these are, like, all of this is, and this mostly. But, like, you can see I have another hotbar over there on the right side. I have 3 hotbars over here on the left side. And all of those will come into play eventually, though I guess the right hotbar already has. You know, you can see it's got like my screenshot button, the group pose as it's called. It's got the wave, it's got change pose, it's got salute. So yeah, we've got some buttons, some emotes mostly. That's where I always put my mount, so that it's not on any of like my main hotbars. It's off here on the side. And it just makes things a little bit easier by having things set up like that. So, but yeah, I really like the way that the UI is set up now as opposed to the previous episode. I just didn't want to do that, you know, during the episode, and then it's like, oh, Serene, you spent, you know, 20 minutes working on the UI, because I'm very picky about how my UI looks. So, but yeah, this should work fine for the UI, so. And right now all we're doing is just giving some snapping shrews a few punches with our, actually, what are we even using as a weapon right now? Weathered Hora at the moment. So, oh yeah, I should have, like, looked into the whole, like, how to turn off the UI thing. Let's see. One moment. Alright. I have disabled the game overlay, as it is called. And that was slightly annoying, because it took me forever to find. It took me like 2 minutes. I know that's going to be like, well, that doesn't sound like much. It is when you're sitting there, like, searching and hunting for something. And the worst part was that it was in, like, its own, like, menu called Game Overlay. I just didn't know it was going to be called that, so I didn't look that. I didn't look for that. Wasn't until afterwards I was like, ah, right, Game Overlay. Like, when I found it, I was like, oh, wait, Game Overlay. Alrighty though, let's see. But yeah, so if you want to see more of the series, you know, see me do more of the series, let me know. It does require money, you know, because it is a it is a subscription-based game. But if enough people go to Patreon and donate, I should be able to continue this. Beyond, like, the free trial. You know, I can continue this up till the end of the free trial, so. Ah, you're back, and none worse for the exertion. Exertion? Yeah. Ah, you're back, and none the worse for the exertion. Youthful vigor is a truly blessed thing. You've gotten off to a fine start, lass. To help you on your way, I want you to have this hunting log. But then you'll find the names of various critters, opponents that you might hone your skills against. If you want to become strong, you mustn't neglect your training. Indeed, A Puglet is only as good as the number of strikes he's dealt. Get out there, Kazumi, and let your fist fly. When the time is ripe, I'll teach you something new. There's no limit to the potential of youth. I look forward to seeing you come into your own. Ha 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 ha. Next Puglet quest is available from Haman upon reaching level 5. And so now we hit level 4, which is fine. But we picked up the hunting log. So if I hit H, you'll see huge hornets, star marmots, snapping shrews, and cactuars. All mobs that were in that area. I believe the cactuars are in Western. But those are enemies that we were sent out to fight. And now if we head back out to Central Thanalan and we do a quick beatdown of those exact same enemies again, we will gain bonus experience, 75, 180, and then 410. And that will get us high enough level that we can go in and pick up the next quest line from Hammond, and we'll be level 5 and able to pick up the next story quest, the MSQ, or main scenario quest, as it's also known as. So I'm going to take a moment to knock down, it looks like 4 of each of these guys, real quick, and then we will be back after that, because I'm pretty sure you don't want to sit here and watch me fight these guys for like a second time. Though I have basically knocked out most of the thing already. You know, it's just the shrews, I think, or whatever it is. But then now you get to see us collecting those. So yeah, you can see I gained extra experience. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go knock out these shrews or whatever they were called. We will be back as soon as I have done that. All right. We have cleared the hunting, the first 3 of the hunting log. You can see I have the cactuars, but those are in Western Thanalan. So I was in Central. But yeah, you can see we're level 5 now, so we can go pick up the next Puglet quest. And that quest is over here by the Platinum Mirage, like always, because that's where the Puglet Guild is. So let's go over here and speak with Hammond about what to do next. Guildmaster Hammond wishes you to learn the basics of combinations. You've been training hard, Kazumi. I can tell by the lightness of your steps and the strength in your fists. I reckon you're ready for your next lesson. But before we begin, some warming up's in order. For this, I've scattered some gil across Ul'dah. I want you to run around the city and pick it all up. Now, that's my money lying out there, so I want you to go about it like there's an Amalja warband on your heels. In other words, I want you to sprint. Of course, you can go on sprinting indefinitely. You can't go on sprinting indefinitely. Your body needs to rest a while after each burst of speed. It may sound elementary, but I'm telling you this to demonstrate a point. As a Puglet, it's essential that you learn to pace yourself in a fight, else you're liable to get worn out. And when that happens, the fight's as good as over, and you'd be sorry if you had bet on yourself. Interacting. So now we have to run around in these little orange circular areas and look for the gil that he has dropped. I was gonna say, I feel like there's one around here because circle, there's one. Pick up scattered gil, there we go. Maintenance will take place at 11 PDT, so that is, I think that's an hour from now. So that's good to know, because I completely forgot that that they were doing that. So if you look at the map, you'll notice these orange circles, and our quest objective is somewhere within these orange circles. The exact location is unknown, but it's somewhere within these orange circular areas. And so if I run around a bit, I will more than likely find them if I check each of the areas where the orange circle is. Let's see, and then of course we can move the mini-map over here, over by the Thaumaturg's Guild, it says. Alright. I can take a quick warp over to the Thaumaturg's Guild, and then we'll just run back. And we should find all the stuff that way. This should be the easiest way to go about it. Unfortunately, because of the maintenance, it does mean that I will not be able to record as many episodes as I had planned. Not today, anyway. Because by the time the maintenance is over, it will be time for me to be in bed. However, I can turn my attention to recording something else after the maintenance. Let's see, so 11 o'clock, and then it's, I think, 3 hours, right? So it's 12, 1, 2, so yeah. It should be at, whoops, I forgot to go into the Thaumaturg's Guild itself, so rip. But yeah, it should be in about an hour from now, because it's currently 1 o'clock. And that's PDT, which is Pacific time. And I believe that's a 3-hour difference, because it's, otherwise maintenance would have happened, it would have started by now. So it should have about an hour, so maybe, it'll probably, I'll probably just end after this episode. Just so that I'm not, trying to record an episode and then, oh no, maintenance, and then I'm forced to stop an episode, So, but I think if we go maybe a good 40 minutes on this episode, we'll be all right. So, I might have enough time, because we've already gone 15 minutes. Well, almost. It's 13 and a bit. So even if I only went if I went half an hour for this episode, and I went another half an hour, there'd still be a little time. We'll see where time is at when we get to the end of this episode. So, and from there we'll decide how to do things. So, and that's my money line out there, lass. I thank you to hurry up and pick it all up before some vulture swoops in on it. You sure this is yours? Spent and faded beyond recognition. Even the most desperate of beggars will pause before accepting this coin. 500 gil? Crikey, this is good for a week's worth of... well done, Kazumi. Now that you're all warmed up, we can see to your lesson. A trial, to be precise. Take yourself to Scorpion Crossing in Western Thanalan. Then you'll find 4 large stones. The trial stones, they're called. Once you deal each one of these stones a solid boot-shine combo. The impact will arouse the earth sprites that sleep within, which you must then defeat. If you find yourself hard-pressed, there's no shame in running away. You're still learning the ropes, after all. Once you've gotten your wind back, you can hurl yourself into the fray again. That person kind of looks like Jean a little bit from Genshin in that outfit. That's actually kind of a cool-looking outfit. I don't know what outfit that is, but that's kind of cool looking. I can barely see it, but still. And hold yourself free again. Remember, strikes bring down opponents, but your footwork keeps you standing. Now off you go, Kazumi, and good luck. Neat. I did manage to get one last quick look at it before she teleported away. That was a cool outfit, actually. So now we need to go to Western Thanalan, which is this way. So let's go ahead and sprint. And we will head off in this direction. Mapping the realm, Western Thanalan unlocked. So now we can find those cactuars, though, that we still needed. So that'll be nice. So Hammerleia, the 8 Sins of Sasamo. I think the cactuar are at the bottom of these stairs. Not really sure why it's called the 8 Sins, but it is. And I probably have to beat up like 4 of these, right? Yeah. Shouldn't take more than a good couple of hits per. And then we can move on to our actual trial. But yay, more hunting log. So that gives us 4 of the things in our hunting log. The next one are the Orobon, which are in Blackbrush, Central Thanalan. There's also the nesting buzzards, which are here in Hamarlia in Western. Spriggan Graveroppers are also in Blackbrush. Goblin Muggers are here. Same with Sand Toads. And these guys are all the way over at Horizon's Edge. And then the Clutch. So it'll take us a little bit to get to those, but that's okay. They're higher level than we are. Use Boot Shine on the Trial Stones to defeat the Earth Sprites that appear. Boot Shine is the first skill. The second skill is True Strike. Just gotta punch a few of these guys. Da 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 ba da. Yay! Level up. Now we have Snap Punch, which is our new combo. So now we officially have a 1, 2, 3 punch, because literally 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Our 1, 2, 3 punch. Okay, there is not. I didn't think there was an aetheryte in this area. Didn't think there was, but you never know. So I figured I would double check. There's not. Actually, this is a good chance to use return, because what we're after, the Pugless Guild, is right there next to the aetheryte. So really, I should probably move those skills over onto my right hotbar, since, you know, then I can have more stuff on the regular hotbar. But I never, like, I've seen a lot of people play and they have like 3 full hotbars worth of skills. And I'm sure that does eventually come up, but I've never reached a point where I need more than like 1 hotbar's worth of skills so far. Either that or I am like really playing my classes wrong. It wouldn't surprise me if I was, but I'm just saying. Like, I've never had any issues so far, so. So, you've got the Earth Sprite. So, you've given the Earth Sprites what for? Well done, Kazumi. By smiting stone and earth, you forged unyielding weapons of your fists. You're a nigh endless fount of vigor, Kazumi. Aye, just like myself in my younger days. This must be the promising recruit you've been telling me about. Well, of course she's promising. She's trading under Hamun Holy Fist. That's our Master Hammond. Kazumi, I don't believe I've introduced my assistant yet. This is Chuchito. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. As introduced, I serve as Master Hammond's right hand, though there's still much and more I have yet to learn. Together, let us strive for mastery of our art. Chuchito joined the guild soon after I was made its master. She's my very first student, as a matter of fact. Well, there was one other to be sure, but let's not dwell on the past, Master. It was Kazumi's bright future we were discussing. Which reminds me, did you collect my gear from her? My gear is rather worn down, and I do need the money for repairs. Yes, Kazumi's future with us is bright indeed. If she keeps up her efforts, she may well become the next Holy Fist. Train hard, young one, and grow strong. When the time's ripe, I'll have another little lesson for you. Chuchito knows what for. Alright, so custom-made shirt, leather eye patch. I'm thinking, honestly, the leather eye patch gives, like, the most defense. But I think that's because I don't have anything on that slot. Then there's fingerless gloves, and then there's boots. And if none of these are good, you can grab the Elegon tin piece. And that's worth more money than selling the equipment that you get. So let's go ahead and equip our Bone Horror. Let's go ahead and equip our eye patch. And now we are looking more defensive somehow? Question mark? Not quite sure how, purposefully, like, blinding one of your eyes makes you better at defense. But it is what it is. Right. I don't have gear slots yet. I was going to do something, but we don't have gears. We don't have gear slots. That's not till level 10, I think. So, alright, but now that we're done with that, we can head on back to the Adventurers Guild, where we can pick up the next part of the MSQ. And we can go from there. So, just got to run in here, and then we will be good to go. Hi, Momodi. Momodi of the Quicksand wants to introduce you to a certain someone at the Ul'dah. Yeah, I can read. Well, youngling, how are you finding our fine Ul'dah then? Got your bearings about you yet? If so, mayhap it's time you ventured beyond the city walls. The bustling streets of Ul'dah are one thing, but the wilds of Thanalan, that's another altogether. I know a bloke you might fancy speaking to, and you, name of Papashan. You'll find him over at the Ul'dah Dispatch Yard. No doubt he'll have some work for you. Dispatch Yard's over in central Thanalan. Just head out the door across the hall, and you'll see the Gate of Nold staring right back at you. Pass through it and head east. You'll come upon it for long. There's dangers beyond the wall, though, more than I'd care to count. Nothing too terrible, mind you, but feisty enough to attack if you draw near. I'd say nobody cared enough to warn you. Alright, gotta go find Papashan at the Ul'dah dispatch yard. And I went the wrong way, so there's that. Because had I gone out the other door, this one, it would have been just straight across. But oh well. It's no biggie. It's no biggie at all. I'm out of drink at the moment. That's the joy of, you know, doing videos, is that you gotta keep drinks at your side, especially when you're like me and you gotta do all the voices and stuff. And you do a lot of voices that are, it's not that they're unnatural, it's that they're not the easiest to do. So I just haven't like practiced them, you know, over and over and over and over and over, like big time, you know. But I'll get used to them over time, I'm sure. Well, you certainly look the part of an adventurer, my friend. Might you be the good soul Momodi advised me to expect, I am Papashan, station master of this humble dispatch yard. An empty title, I assure you. Truly am no more than a tired old Lalafell passing his final years in quiet and solitude. In 12, no, there have been plenty of both these last 5 years since the calamity struck. The devastation was vast. Yet now true Uldahs work together, doing all in our power to rebuild what was laid to ruin. By the sweat of our brows and the love of our home, we have rebuilt Ul'dah to the grandeur and majesty that you see today. The railway, which ran to dispatch yard, too were born of the noble efforts of a great many souls. But there's still much to be done. Wounds left by the calamity run deep. Isolated areas beyond our lines of supply remain. There are places yet wanting for relief and restoration. Ul'dah needs the aid of you and your brethren, friend. In fact, never has our need been more dire. Which brings me to the point, I suppose. I do believe I may have some work suited to one of your ability. So I can pick up... I can pick up the altered thigh boots. Because they're Disciple of 4, which is what I am. And they are thigh boots. So there we go. We got some booties. And so we'll get some starter gear this way pretty easily enough. We're going to get another bone horror. So this is probably a good point to do the Alagon bronze piece here. Because if I do the Thaumaturg quest, it'll give me a bone staff at level 5. If I do the Gladiator quest, it'll give me a bronze bastard sword at level 5. I already got the bone horror at level 5 for this. Like, I'm literally going to get all of these just from class quests. And you've come all this way, perhaps you can perform an errand for me. It just so happens a number of sentries have been sent to the guard area, dispatched to the dispatch yard, as it were. They have long been away from the shade and feather beds of the city. The hot days and cold nights can play hells on the mind and body out here. It isn't much, but go and give them these twilight pretzels, would you? Find comfort food always helps when I feel like killing myself. Wow. Wow. It's just like, yeah, life sucks. Wow. Don't take after him, everybody. I almost said kids, but it's like, no, kids shouldn't be watching this. Halt, madame, I'm going to have to ask you to put the pretzel on the ground and place your hands above your head. But then it'll get dirty. State your name and business. Twilight Pretzel from Papashan. By the gods, forgive me. You could say this new post has my nerves in a twist. I'm terribly sorry for that. Yes, well, you may rest assured the dispatch yard is safe as long as I stand watch. Please give Papa Sean my thanks and tell him that I only wish I could repay the favor. Ow! I jumped down, and it was a very long jump, apparently, because that hurt slightly. So, also, over here, you can see what is called a fate. Like an F'd out of water. And fates are little things that you can do to earn bonus experience. They become more important later in the end game, but 12 saved me. Scorching days, freezing nights. This post will be the end of me. A Twilight pretzel? Don't mind if I do. Ah, now that's a refreshing goddamn pretzel. I feel reborn. And pretzel really would not refresh you. Especially not out in the desert, because those things got salt. I mean, unless you're eating unsalted pretzels, which I guess you might, just because of the fact that, you know, you eat what you can in these situations, but like, gosh dang, I would not eat an unsalted pretzel. I mean, it's not that unsalted pretzels are bad, it's just they're way better if they're salted. Western front clear, eastern front clear. For me, from Papa Sean, Twilight pretzel, my favorite. How did he know? Can't fight on an empty stomach now, can I? Actually, I can't fight on any stomach. I suppose you could say I have no stomach for fighting. There we go. You have delivered the Twilight pretzels to everyone. Whee! Nope, that's too high. There we go. Gotta make the shortcuts where you can. You've returned, and with a deal for your pretzels, I see. Tell me, how fare our Sultan Swarm sentries? Do they have anything to report? Anything at all? What? Nothing? Are you sure? Oh dear. Take this for your troubles then, and stay a moment. There's more I would ask of you. I think I gave him a completely different voice now, but oh well. We'll take the bronze piece. Kazumi, I have just this moment. No, the time for concealment is past. The truth is, even before I had you deliver those pretzels, I was privy to some most unsettling news. Which is the real reason I sent you to meet the Sultan Swarm. A young noblewoman from a very prestigious family has run away from home, and I have been ordered to see to her safe return. The Sultan Swarm you met earlier are assisting with the search. Alas, it seems they have found no trace of her. I apologize for not being frank with you from the start, but we must proceed with caution. Should word of her disappearance spread, I fear others with less honorable motives may join the hunt. And should we allow her to come to any harm, not even 100 beheadings would be punishment enough. This cannot happen, Kazumi. It must not. I need you to help me find her. Sure. And praise the 12. I knew I could count on you. I've instructed the others to expand the search, but Thanalan is vast, and there are only so many of us. The young noblewoman's name is Lady Lilira. I want you to go south and look for her in the vicinity of the Sultan Tree. Good luck. Lady Lilira, huh? Interesting. I bet I know who it is. Or I should say, who it really is. Because, you know, nobles never go out, you know, in public with their real names or anything, because that would be kind of dumb. You know, you go out, you know, looking like yourself, using your own name, you're going to get assassinated because you're not in your own country anymore. Granted, you might still get assassinated even in your own country, but that's beside the point. So there's that. So here's the Sultan tree. Gotta get over this rock. Hooded Lalafell. Oh, Sultan tree. We're about to enter an instanced battle. Instanced battles only occur during certain quests and missions. Take a moment to read the information displayed in the active help window before answering the call of duty. Special instances. I'm good.
Oh, Sultan tree, hallowed spirit of my line, forgive my weakness. My failings have cost us dear.
It is. I know who you are.
Show yourself.
I know that voice. Hi.
As you command, O Lilira.
Lilira. Thancred.
Forgive my selfish desire to assure your welfare.
I don't recall requesting an escort. Simply pretend we never met and continue on your way.
We both know I can do no such thing. It isn't safe for you here alone. It isn't safe for anyone. Not with this etheric disturbance. It's as though the dead are watching us. And I'd prefer not to join them, if it's all the same to you. Ah, you must be the one the Papa Shan mentioned. Congratulations on finding our elusive young charge. You'll have to forgive her impetuousness. What she lacks in discipline, she makes up for in stubbornness. You should return with us. The station master will be eager to thank Lady Lilira's protector in person.
Uh-oh. Oh no. It's an Ixal.
The station master will have to wait.
I think that's an Ixal anyway.
Dear Lilira, for my sake, please stay out of harm's way.
For my sake.
As for you, dear friend, for Lilira's sake, please stay in harm's way.
I think that's an Ixal. But we'll find out when it comes up. Apparently it's a Blonga. That is not an Ixal. I say I could not get my combos off on the Blonga here. Yeah, I thought that was just an Ixal that was flying, but nope. The Ixal are like bird people, but they don't really look like bird people. So I was like, I think that's an Ixal. It's not. When the game told me that the Ixal were bird people, I was like, that really doesn't look like a bird person, game. Lesser Blonga. Lovely, it brought friends. He's a big one to me. You handle the rest. Trying to do his voice, you know, because it makes sense. That is his voice, after all. Freaking hit it. Stay close if you want me to heal you. But you're a rogue. How are you healing? Also, I'm good. I don't really need a heal, thanks. Nope, here's some more Blongas. More of them? Really now, there are limits to our hospitality. Actually, is he using rogue skills? Because he's got a dagger, but I'm pretty sure that was a gladiator skill just now. What class is he? Thank you, handsome stranger. What? That's his name, handsome stranger. I think we'll just go like a little bit more on this episode. It's 40 minutes, but we're kind of in the middle of something here. A crystal. This might work as a good screenshot. We'll have to see. I won't know what's a good screenshot until later. Oh. Now, if only I hadn't purposefully self-blinded myself in one eye.
Crystal bearer.
It's a big crystal.
I am Hydaelyn, all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim.
I'm gonna hide myself, just in case.
Hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate.
I mean, I probably shouldn't use any of the panty shots.
To banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them.
Big crystal. That's a really big crystal.
By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart.
Actually, I do wonder, like, would YouTube, like, flag my video if I used any of the points where there's, like, very clear panty shot? I have no problem doing that, just because, I mean, that's kind of like the Mikote thing.
Child, and shine thy light on all creation.
Like, their outfits are just designed to be sexy, you know? And I like sexy. I like sexy a lot. There we go. That should be good. If I decide to use any screenshots, I'll probably be out of that.
Around now.
Assuming I don't just, you know, take my own.
Would you mind telling me what that was?
If I only knew. A denizen of the void at any rate.
The void sent? Here? But how?
Void sent.
The question isn't how, but who. We're not dealing with bookless bandits. Don't suppose the answer came to you in a dream?
I mean, look at how short this skirt is. You know?
No sooner did you fell the beast than you fell asleep. Too much ether, no doubt.
I mean, yeah, they do say ether, so...
Interesting. I hadn't considered the crystal. But of course, this changes everything. Oh, just thinking aloud? At any rate, we haven't a moment to spare. I must return and report this at once. I leave Lady Lilira in your capable hands.
How dare you pass me about like a swaddled babe? I shall return and tell them myself.
Bye, Lilira.
As you wish, your impetuousness.
I love her.
I suspect we shall meet again before long.
Honestly, she is legitimately one of my favorite characters.
Until then, do try and stay awake.
Try and stay awake. Oh, man. I mean, it is almost 2 in the morning, so me yawning, it shouldn't be too much of a surprise. Maintenance will begin at 11. Please log out before the maintenance begins. They ask you to log out. Because when you log out, it guarantees like that your current self is saved, like in your current situation and position and such. When the server goes down but you haven't logged out, there's always a chance that it could result in you getting like, you know, forced back or something. Oh, actually, like, this is a really good spot for a screenshot, I think. Let me see. 1 second. I like that. That's a good screenshot right there. If I didn't use that as the thumbnail, you at least got to see what I'm planning to use as the thumbnail as of the time of recording this. I thought that was a pretty cool shot, actually. Thank the gods you've returned. You had us all so worried. You do realize what would happen if a person of your noble stature were to be injured, or worse. Why, Her Grace the Sultana would be beside herself with grief, and so would her subjects. I dare say they'd be weeping in the streets. But I have already given you cause to weep, Papashan, you and the people of Ul'dah. Please, you are not to say such things. We will find it, I swear to you. It is not my place to make demands, my lady, but I beg you, please stay out of harm's way. I apologize for causing you undue worry, Papashan. I shall refrain from traveling unescorted in future. Bye-bye. Lilira. She's a noble. I cannot thank you enough, Kazumi. I understand you fought bravely to protect Lady Lilira from void-sent fiends. For your gallant service, you deserve all the riches in the royal vaults. Alas, a small token of my gratitude is the best I can offer. A sarcastic man with a strange contraption strapped to his shoulder. I see you met Thancred. He's a scholar who spends his days investigating oddities in the ether. Rather too fond of the sound of his own voice for my liking, but perfectly harmless. As for you, Kazumi, you're just the sort of adventurer we need around here. I pray you show the same kindness to the people of Thunlan as you did to us today. He barely even gives me anything gold-wise. That's funny. Roll actions. We learned a roll action. Yeah, because I have second wind, which is something like that any DPS can use. So let's pick up this quest real fast before we end off. Sisidoa needs a reliable adventurer to deliver a gift to the coffer and coffin. An adventurer, yes. If you're not otherwise occupied, I have a favor to ask. I've resolved to repay a debt of gratitude which I owe to the owner of the coffer and coffin. For this purpose, I've purchased from the royal plantations a prodigiously plump pumpkin, a particularly popular piece of produce. Oh my god! Alas, I cannot part this place to procure and proffer the pumpkin. You see, the scheduled shipment from the Nanawa mines. The scheduled shipment from the Nanawa mines, for which I wait, is late. I would prevail upon you to pick up the pumpkin in my stead and see it safely to the coffer and coffin. Present this receipt of purchase to Gigari at the royal plantations, and she will yield it to you. I apologize for asking you to attend to this time-consuming task, but I truly appreciate your assistance. Those were words, apparently. Oh boy, that was a pain to read. But yeah, I think next time we will come back to hit up Gigari and continue whatever quests are along here. I assume we'll eventually end up getting up here to Blackbrush Station by the time we're done with this zone. But this is the low-level zone down here. This is the, like, level 10 and up area. So we'll be spending a bit of time in this zone. But with that, I'm going to head back into town so that while the maintenance is going, I can earn resting experience, thus having bonus experience when we come back. I do hope you all have enjoyed. If you have, feel free to subscribe. Check the video description down below. There will be a link to the playlist. That way you can get caught up on, well, currently the one episode that you may have missed. But more episodes than that, you know, if you're watching in future as opposed to day of release. So, but with that, I will see you all next time. See you later.